How so?
67% of people use the very first agent that contacts them. They don't use the best one, the best looking one, the most experienced one. Almost 7 out of 10 just use anybody.
If your voice is coming through your social channels, that you're going to build trust with people, that your future clients are going to see, hey, when I go to a listing presentation, I already know this person. I know everything about his family, his kids. He likes doing this. He doesn't like doing that. And at the end of the day, if I'm sitting at the table and that person feels that connection with me, anybody else who walks through that door, they've never seen, they don't know anything about, except they're the number one producer and that's all that they know. They trust me and like me more. I have a much higher probability of winning that listing just because of that. When it comes to storytelling, I was telling you a little bit about the Army. One thing that I was being trained in was to be an interrogator at Guantanamo Bay. And we got into why people think the way they think, why people will say things that they don't realize they're saying, why criminals will say that they've done it, but they actually didn't do it. And it actually gets into the brain and how it works. And one cool thing about storytelling, which I like to tell people, is when you tell a fact, it only triggers 2 portions of your brain. A fact triggers 2 portions. Storytelling triggers 5 portions of your brain. And people go, wait, what? I said, if you tell a story, you're getting that person to envision themselves as part of the story. How do they fit into this story? What is the outcome going to be for them? If you're listing a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet house versus come into this house after you've had a barbecue with your family, come warm up by the fireplace, put the movie on, and then you know that you're home. Well, there's a massive difference in that, and I advocate in storytelling. I think that a great story, as all stories, have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And like you said, I definitely also believe in the provide that value before you're asking for anything. What would be a good ratio as far as if somebody's been going down this line of providing value and providing so much for people? When's a good time for them to say, hey, also, I am a real estate agent. Sure. I don't want you to forget that. If you know somebody, hey, could you refer them my way? What would be an advice?
I want you to think that you're really an entrepreneur that has a very special skill set in something. It could be negotiation. It could be in regulating emotions. It could be in connecting to anybody, anywhere, anytime. Like, that's how I try to coach the agents, right? You're really a businessman or a businesswoman. You own a business, but you got a very special skill set. And I want you to become known. See, famous is just becoming known in your market for something. That person can sell houses faster than anybody. That person can negotiate better than anybody, right? So what I believe is always have something in the future to push people to. This is one of my greatest selling techniques, is I create what I call structures. And a structure is anything, a physical structure, a mental structure, and I always have something in the future to invite people to. Hey, if you like this, come to this. And I do stuff for everybody. I'm doing faith-based events. I'm doing kids events. I'm doing couples events. And I go, hey, if you're like me and you're out there watching me and you're interested, come to Person of Interest April 24th at the Lodge. Hey, if you don't like that, I'm speaking at Man Church at New Vision Baptist Church on this day. Come to this, right? If you're a man and you're trying to reconnect with your faith, hey, I'm doing this. I'm a big believer in give your salespeople something to push people to in the future. The barbecue. Something, customer appreciation events. Like, I study the real estate stats, and here's what they tell me. Number one, they're scary.
How so?
67% of people use the very first agent that contacts them. They don't use the best one, the best looking one, the most experienced one. Almost 7 out of 10 just use anybody. Okay? The average person is going to buy 4 to 7 homes in their lifetime. 98% of agents never call a customer back once they put them in a home, although the National Association of Realtors says every transaction should be worth 5.7 referrals over the lifetime of the consumer. Every stat in the world says that most sales happen between 7 and 15 touches, but most agents don't have a 7 to 15 touch system. They only go 1 or 2 times.
If that.
So when I'm coaching an agent, I'm like, it is so easy for me to help you pick up 15 deals, which is going to change your whole life, because I'm going to go to work on these things. We're going to answer the phone and be accessible, Because we call on agents to sell them into our coaching program, and my team's like, they never answer the phone. Never. And so here's the deal. For every 30 people you talk to, only 4.8 are going to be interested and open. Those are the innovators and the early adopters, right? Then early majority are going to have to hear it maybe 3 to 7 times. Late majority is going to have to hear it 7 to 15 times. 16% are laggards. They're never going to hear it. So volume is so crucial. So when I'm coaching an agent, I'm like, we're going to get really good at these things, and you're going to dominate. Like, you're going to see a lift. Like, I can get you 15 more deals easy if you just do what I'm teaching you to do. That's the basketball coach in me. There's a missing structure. I'm going to fix the structure, and we're going to win more games, right?
And when they ask, but 15 deals sounds great. I've only sold one house, but what if I could do 70 because this new piece of technology just came out, and they said it was easier. If I just buy this, then they're going to do that for me. I don't even have to call people anymore. I can just do that, and then I'll just add this, and I can go from 1 to 70, and they've never really done anything.
There is no wealth without work.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, there is no wealth without work. There is no shortcut. The process is just important as the product. And the agents that work my system that I'm teaching them, which is a game of probability, but it's very calculated, specific daily actions, right? Are the agents that are crushing it. And I can take a little baby star agent and drastically increase. I can take a big agent. My biggest mortgage originator is doing $147 million. You understand what I'm saying? Like it works.
Hey everybody, this is Jonathan Hawkins. Thank you so much for staying until the very end of this podcast. I definitely appreciate it. As always, make sure to reach out to me via social media at Jonathan Hawkins Official. Send me a comment, shoot me a DM. If you have any questions, you can also comment below. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe below. And remember, who you hire truly matters.